is going on, everyone? I am Bob O'Mac, and today on Crisis in the Toyverse, I'm going to be looking at the Extreme Dash Sets pop-up. This one is the Abandoned House 2.0. This thing's got a lot of unique features and a cool design twist that make it stand out from the first version that was released. However, before we go any further, I want to direct your eyes to the upper left-hand corner of the box art here. You will see this big parental advisory, mature content sticker plastered on that side of the box art. The reason for this is simple. There is some choice wording designed within this pop-up on the walls that may not be suitable for younger kids. So, keep that in mind if you're buying this and you have it out with your kids, or maybe you thought about getting this one for your kids. It may not be suitable. That choice is ultimately up to you, but I did want to point that out before we go any further. So what we're going to do now, we are going to unbox this thing. I'm going to show you some cool camera angles and shots you can take with it, and overall what it looks like. So stay with me, folks. Let's get it unboxed and we'll take it from there. Alright gang, we are back. Now I've already went ahead and unboxed everything, so let's just dive right into it. Now, as you can see on your screen, I've already got one of the pillars assembled. As you can see, there's a ton of beautiful artwork going on. I'll be honest with you guys, as I go through this, you'll come to find out I really can't read graffiti that well. So if you really want more in-depth like looks and designs on this, just go ahead and leave a message in the comments and I will take a picture of it so you can see it a lot more. And obviously we have another pillar here unassembled. You'll see that later on fully assembled. And while the next part of this are the panels themselves. As you can see, we got an interesting choice in wallpaper. And as you can see, gangs and looters and graffiti artists have just went through and tagged this all up. It looks very nice and very cool, if I say so myself. That's the first panel. We got our second panel with the windows all boarded up. This thing can literally work with anything, be it from Walking Dead figures to a hideout for the Joker or any other Bat villain, Punisher, you name it. You got tons of options. Now we go to our next piece here, which is a doorway piece. You have a slot right here where you can fold the door in or out. And on the back, just so you guys can see, we have this nice white piece back here to help give everything some stability, which is very nice to say the least. Gunshot holes and everything. Looking very cool. And then our next set has a set of double doors, which is very cool. Can't wait to see what people are going to be doing with these double doors. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them folded or open yet. We'll see as the review goes along. And then we got a next one here, which has a door on the other side. And as you can see, that's some of the language that you'll find on this thing. As you can see right there on the door with some blood and some bullet holes. But, you know, it looks very cool, and it definitely adds to your toy photography pictures, if I say so myself. Next pieces we have here are some wood with some blood stain. These are great for floor panels. Definitely digging the design on those. We got another one here. It looks like somebody was trying to write Hollywood on it. All in all, these are just very cool and very exciting. And once you see this assembled, you'll see what I'm talking about a lot more in depth. Of course, we got another panel here. And then lastly, we have another double door. Now, remember earlier when I said I might not open the other doors? I may open these doors instead. So that would be very cool. So all in all, it's a lot of interesting things that you can definitely wrap your head and eye around as it comes to displaying your action figures with and taking toy photography pictures. Let's go ahead and set scene up, and we'll just continue breaking down these pop-ups from there. So here we are with the pop-up setup and one layout design choice that I went with. What I went ahead and did is I set up a wall panel on the left side, but I did keep my other side open. And as you can see on your screen right about now, I went ahead and took my shot. As you can see, I have a monster in the background there on the first set of doors just hanging out. And behind him, there is another panel set up as well to give depth to the room. And there's a lot of area to work with these things. I went ahead and set up a pillar as well just to make the room fill out a little more. Now, if you have any like diorama pieces you want to add, you can definitely do that to make the room stand out even more. I just want to show you guys just how cool it actually looks. And if we just slowly zoom in here, you can definitely get even more shots. And if I adjust the camera up, you have what it seems to be when looking at it on film is something that's very big. Now, don't get me wrong, this thing is big, but it's not as big as what is showing on screen. It definitely fits in with 6-inch and 7-inch action figures and even smaller action figures very well. As you can see, I put the guy in. There's still plenty of room to work with, which I think is very cool to say the least. Let's go ahead and stop it right here. Let's set up another design choice, if you will. Layout would be a better term, so you guys can see what's going on with that as well. All right, guys, here's another shot just to give you another idea of some of the fun things you can do with this pop-up. As you can see, I've tried to create a hallway that turns at the corner. Now, I went ahead and took one of my diorama pieces of a bookshelf and laid it right into the pop-up itself, which is very cool. It's right next to the door. Just adds a little more room and makes the room fill out more, if you will. Now, the way I accomplished this shot is quite simple. What I did is I took one panel and I connected it to another, and then I went ahead and extended this other one. So as you can see, I have some separation here, and that actually could potentially create another cool shot. You could have a guy at one end, like so, and then we stick something else in on the other side, like so. And voila, look, we have a shot that has two different modes with it. If I bring it over a little more, and bring it back like so, you got something that's really cool and unique. And I just came up with that as I was filming this right now. So that is something cool to think about, if you will. So now that we got two shots out of a one-shot take, let's go ahead and look at one final way you could set things up, if you will. All right, gang, here we are with another display option. As you can see, there's a big gap at the other end of this, and let me just zoom out to explain why. As you can see, I've stacked most of the display panels together to create a two-story concept. If I bring it down here, you can see the wooding, you can see the separation and how it's all held together and stuff. This is just very cool, and as you can see on your screen right about now, you can see things cropped. And you can see what the photo looks like. Now, it's just a basic photo. I didn't do anything spectacular or amazing. I just wanted to show off another way to take toy pictures, which is what this thing is all about and why it's so much fun, being quite honest with you guys. This thing, like I've said, it has a ton of detail and it definitely rocks. And having the ability to do a two-story design for a building is very cool. And once again, the imagination is really your only limit with these things. And I can't sing the praises well enough, even if I tried better, as I am right now. So let's go ahead and wrap this all up, and I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, gang, here we are with our last setup here in this review / tutorial with this diorama / pop-up, however you want to say it. I think it's very cool. It's worthy of a diorama name, in my humble opinion, because there's just so much you can do with it. It is very interactive and worth your hard-earned money. I'm going to just zoom out a little bit, and you guys get an idea of how much space you have to work with. As you can see, the doors are opened up if I zoom in at that far panel. I got a bookcase in there, so just to add more depth to the room. I mean, this thing's just a lot of fun. You're going to have a lot of fun taking pictures, and I think it's worth your hard-earned money. The detail's great on it. It performs well. It's very colorful. It's just a fun experience for anybody who enjoys toy displaying and toy photography. So do yourself a favor. Head over to Extreme Sets and go pick it up today. Guys, with that being said, once again, thank you very much for taking time out of your day to see what's going on over here on this channel. Without you guys, none of it's possible, so thank you very much. With that being said, I got a ton of links in the description below. Be at extreme-sets.com. Go see all the other great pop-ups they have over there. Also, head over to undercovercapes.com for all things geekery in the podcast verse. And also head over to bigbadtoystore.com for all your toy and collectible needs. And lastly, on Instagram, Throw a follow at Toy Lover Crew for all things toy photography on Instagram. Guys, I got a slideshow at the end. Take care, and until next time, great googly moogly.